Yo, what's up, fellow investors? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about 5 things that every investor should know. Now, this is not putting any investor into a specific category. This can cover precious metals, real estate, cryptocurrency, investing in Pokemon cards, whatever the investment is. These are 5 things that everyone should know, and if you don't know any of these tips, then maybe I can share my knowledge and experience with you, and now you can, make better returns. Or even, if this is someone who hasn't even gotten to investing yet, who's researching, which, I commend you on, because knowledge is power, and I feel like the YouTube platform can greatly influence, inspire, help, and teach lots of people who are just trying to maybe get their feet wet, that haven't really stepped into the water yet, that are just kind of brainstorming and just kind of seeing what the investing world is like. That's how I got into it, starting with precious metals, many years ago, and now look where I'm at, getting into real estate soon. So the first one, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about each one individually. There's no specific order. All of these are extremely important. So I'm just going to share the first one, which is probably the main one that I like talking about, because once I understood this, it helped my investing in my choice selection on the direction I was going extremely helpful. So the first one is intrinsic value. Understanding what intrinsic value is. So there's a lot of categories. I could have done like 10 or 15 different things that every investor should know, but for the sake of the video, making it quick and to the point, I'm going to kind of talk about some topics merged into one. So intrinsic value has to do with hyperinflation. Basically, they don't go hand in hand. Hyperinflation is what the US government has done to the dollar. They've impregnated it. They've pumped so many dollars out that the dollar is basically worthless now. Now, the dollar is just a piece of paper. There's no actual value in that piece of paper. They tell you how much that piece of paper is worth. And now that we're $20 trillion in debt, and just saying it with this piece of paper that's basically just a promise, while we are $20 trillion in debt and rapidly growing, and we just keep pumping out these dollars over and over with no real value, that's going to shoot the price down. The dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power. That's why people say you could buy a gallon of gas for 25 cents years ago, and now everything's so much more expensive. That's hyperinflation. Well, the thing is that the dollar has no real value in it, where let's say a piece of silver, an ounce of silver, always has 1 ounce of silver in it. No matter who says that silver coin that has 1 ounce in it is worth what, it's always going to have that 1 ounce in it. So that has value itself. A piece of paper that's $1, there's no worth in that because it's just a piece of paper. It's not even really paper, really. But that's the thing with intrinsic value is, and this is why precious metals have been traded for a monetary value for so many years now, is because it has value in it itself, which makes it valuable. No matter what the government deems spot price is, that 1 ounce of silver will always have 1 ounce of silver in it, which has value no matter who says what. And that's when you're looking at your investments, what you should think about is, does this product actually have value, or is this something that could be speculated and even be in a bubble at some times just because people like it a lot, just like it a lot. And that's the thing with even real estate or a video game or whatever the investment is does it actually have value, intrinsic value, because that is extremely important. The second one I would say is understanding your product and the market around it. So when it comes to, let's say, cryptocurrency, I had to get into the cryptocurrency world and understand how people thought, what coins they liked. Why did people like certain coins more than others? How much speculation was going on, how did the markets work, how did the exchanges work, How did the blockchain work? How did the technology behind it work? And understanding all this really got me a grasp to see that people like more innovative ways. They like coins that have lower fees, coins that have lower supplies, and that also goes with understanding your product. You know, when we're talking about Litecoin, see, I understood that Lightning Network was really cool. It's super fast transactions. The fees were only pennies to the dollar. When Bitcoin, the fees were several dollars. It was, you know, instantly fast. They had SegWit, you know, it was cool. I liked it. I liked the guy behind it. That was, you know, Charlie Lee. I liked the way he was headed. So looking at all that, I was able to make a better decision on which way I wanted to invest into cryptocurrency, and I went more towards Litecoin. And that's just a way to think about it. And thinking about the markets, understanding how everyone else thought, I also made my investment kind of looking at what would most people like. What it's not always what you like. If you're in the world of investing, sometimes you have to think like the average person. How would the average what type of coin or what type of product would the average person like over compared to the other one? Because that's the product that's going to take off, especially if you're looking at potential into your investment. When I'm looking at a new investment, whether it's, you know, not even about Bitcoin or precious metals, if you're looking at what coins or what investment you think is going to take off in the future, try to think about the direction people are thinking. Try to think ahead of the game, because those are the types of products that are going to blow up. So if you can kind of get ahead of the game, you have a better chance of landing that, you know, that jackpot item or product that, you know, you can capitalize on. So the third one is think about how you're going to sell. Now, I've had so many comments on this channel where people get into this trap where they it's really easy to buy. You know, you go on any website, go to any company, and you just, you know, throw some money or click a button, and you have, you know, your product at your doorstep, or go to the store and purchase it. And you can stack it up in your house and put it in a safe. But then after a while, when it's time to sell, you are in this really bad predicament where it's like, holy crap, now what? Who do I sell to? Where do I sell to? How much do I sell it for? And it's something that people don't usually think about, because it's so easy to just buy, not thinking about, you know, not playing the tape through and thinking about, okay, now how am I going to sell this? Am I going to start an eBay page and list my thousands of items and you know, have to list every single item, which could take, you know, God knows how long, how much effort and work that puts into? Am I even going to make my money back? Or who am I going to sell it to? How do I trust this guy? How do I know he's not going to scam me if I try to meet him off of an app, off of a Let's Go app or so, or OfferUp or something? You know, so think about who your buyer is, and that also goes with building relationships in the community. Like for me, I built pretty good relationships with most of the local coin shops around my house. And I wasn't only doing that just to pick their brains and get knowledge and get better deals, but also because I know that those are going to be my future buyers, you know, coming, you know, down the line, where you know, they trust me. They know that I'm buying from them. They know that I have, you know, a passion in this. And also they share they share respect. They show respect because they know that I'm not just in this just for the money, where this is a passion of mine. And most of the local coin shops, they also have the same passion, where I'm not looking at silver just to get rich. I like the design. I like the history behind it. I like, you know, I like the whole thing. I like the value of silver. I like how it feels in my hands. I like the different grades. I like how diverse it is. You know, I like the story that each coin tells. I like how it's, you know, they see that. They don't just see me as some guy. It's like, ooh, the treasure. I just want to get rich real quick. Give me your money, or let me have your money. It's not like that. And that also can go a long way when it comes to selling your coins, especially to a business. So the fourth one is economic speculation. Now, this directly goes, my best example could be towards cryptocurrency. So when I was really into holding a lot of cryptocurrency, I was paying very close attention to the news that was surrounding it. Like when JP Morgan called Bitcoin a fraud, I knew that was going to cause a very huge dip in Bitcoin. I knew it wouldn't last very long, but I did know that it was going to affect the price. Now this goes exactly along the lines with economic speculation. When a rumor comes out, when bad news, if a huge company gets hacked, if someone says something about bad about the product or whatever, that's going to shoot the price down. Not with every type of investment, but with investments like cryptocurrency, it directly will. When people panic sell, which could be another topic itself, but I'm just going to talk about it briefly here. When people panic sell, that takes money out of the market in that product, and that's going to shoot the price down. So the thing is, though, that people always buy back, because then when it shoots the price down, then people see the price cheaper and they're like, holy crap, Bitcoin's cheap right now. Then they buy it, which puts price back up into the market, and then it shoots the price back up. So it's kind of this upwards and downwards fluctuation of people buying low and selling high, which really you want to, well, this is the thing. They say you're supposed to buy low, sell high, but actually most people buy high and sell low. Now, why do they do that? Because of speculation. See, it's like this Jedi mind trick theory where when people hear about Bitcoin, it's popular, it's all over Facebook, all over the news, that's usually when the price is the highest because there's so much buzz going on. And that's also when people usually buy, especially new investors, because everyone's hearing it's the thing to buy right now, even though it's at $20,000, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. So they buy it at 20,000. And then the price shoots down to 10,000, and then they sell it because they're like, holy crap, what happened? No, it's crashing. And then they sell it. So they bought it at 20,000 and sold it at 10,000, when really they should have bought at 10,000 and sold at 20,000. And usually the price would go back up too. See, you never lose your investment until you actually sell off. You know, I could have bought at 20,000, or well, I won't say that. I could have bought at 10,000 and it could have shot down to 6,000. I didn't lose my money yet until I actually sold it. Right now, I still have something that could potentially go back up to 20,000 in a couple months. But until you sell it, you haven't actually lost your money. So the last one I'm going to talk about is supply versus demand. This can go with precious metals, with real estate, with cryptocurrency. So the best example I'll use, though, is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a limited supply of 21 million. There's only 3.5 million left that will ever be mined. So that's a very low supply for a worldwide coin that's getting sold on globally, all over the world. So a low supply with a high demand directly will shoot the price up. But then you have a coin like Ethereum, who has 21 billion or tens of billions of them produced. The price won't ever be as high because it's more easily accessible. Everyone can have it. It's not as rare. It's not as exclusive. So when you're looking at your product or your investment, how rare is it? Like with one of my favorite coins, the PF70 Moon Festival Ultra Cambio Panda, Chinese Panda, the 1 ounce, it only had a mintage of 5,000, where most pandas have a mintage of around 8 or 9 million. So I knew that coin was a lot more rare than the average ones, and being perfect condition with the PF70. So that's what I took into consideration when I purchased that coin. And what do you know, a couple months later, the value doubled in price. Now it's probably tripled or quadrupled. So that was me thinking about supply versus demand. Especially, I knew that coin, the design on it was so beautiful, I knew there'd be a high demand for it. So that was me just thinking about the way that people would think, the way the markets work, the way that investing works, and I used it to my advantage. So those are my 5 things that I think every investor should know. If you thought this video was helpful, or if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my other content for more videos like this. I have poll videos. I have lots of stuff. I'm going to be doing giveaways soon. So thank you guys for watching. This was Silver Slayer. See you guys soon. Peace.